Welcome back, you guys. Today we are going to be talking about StoreKit. In particular, we are going to be covering the SK Store Review Controller. So this is a really easy way for your app to get more reviews on the App Store, get those 5-star reviews that everyone's looking for, and possibly some reviews to help you in the future. So we're gonna hop right into it. As you can see, I have a blank SwiftUI project open here. We're switching over to SwiftUI in general on this channel, so hopefully you guys enjoy that. If you want to see more UI kit stuff, I will cover that as well. Just let me know in the comments below. But getting started, we are going to have to import StoreKit. There's a very crucial step in this because that is what we're going to be talking about. We are going to create a new button down here with the action of SK Store Review Controller .request review. So as you can see with that, it is a very simple command, and that is basically all we have to run in this instance. So I'm just going to add a quick text, and I'm going to call it launch, the button right now. I'm going to call it launch strictly for the purpose of a new launch, like treating it as a new launch. I'll get into that in a little bit. So with this all up and running, as you can see, I go ahead and click that, and boom, a nice review screen right there. So obviously in your app, you're not going to want the user to tap a button to trigger a request for a review. So what I typically do in that case is create a persistence manager using user defaults to track the launches. So once again, as I mentioned with the naming convention here, as with my button, I'm going to treat that as a new launch of the app. So create a class persistence manager. I need to capitalize that. And we're going to create an enum of keys, which I like to do when I am dealing with user defaults and just static strings in general. So static let launches equal launches, and this is just going to act as my my key for user defaults. So I'm going to do static var shared equals persistence manager. That's going to allow me to not have to use the close parentheses after I make a call for this, and then a private var of defaults, and that is going to be equal to user defaults dot standard. And now we can get into the two functions that I'm going to use for this. Initially, I'm going to call fetch launches, and this is going to return an integer. So we can just call that right away. So return defaults dot integer for key, and that is keys dot launches. And the reason we can do this without a guard statement or an if else statement is the user defaults dot integer value. If there's no value there, it will return 0, which is a really cool feature that the Swift language provides. And here we are going to call should request review, and that is going to return a Boolean. So initially we are going to need to retrieve those launches. So let launches equal equals fetch launches, and then if, or actually this needs to be a var, and because it might return 0, we are just going to increment that right away by 1, and then also set the value in user defaults as well. So launches, and then for key with the keys that we initialized above. And typically I will do if launches like by like 10 typically, just so you're not overloading the user with requests. But in this case, I'm going to do 3 just because for simplicity's sake. And then we're going to return true there. And if that is not the case, we are going to return false. So I'm just going to put this on one line just to make it a little bit easier. And then in our content view now, we can do should request equal to persistence manager dot. This is where that shared comes in, and then should request review, and then if should request, and then we can run this there. I'm going to go ahead and launch this right away. Now that is all complete. So if we tap this, that is going to simulate one launch, 2 launches, and that didn't go exactly as planned. But as you can see with various launches, so 1 launch, 2 launch, and then on the 3rd launch, we are going to get this review request here. So another thing that you can do to improve this is keep track of the version of the app, the current version, for when you request a review from somebody. Therefore, you're not asking for reviews multiple times in the same request, or the same version of your app. That way your user won't get overloaded by these. And hopefully you guys learned something today, and hopefully you will be on track to get those 5-star reviews that everyone is searching for. So hopefully you guys like this. Be sure to drop a like on the video and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this, and I will get back to you with the next video. Thank you.